Hello everyone, it's Kari. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Today I have a really fun new stamp set to share with you. This is from Miss Ink Stamps and it's the Rainbow Bear and Bunny stamp set. And look how cute this is. It's got the bear with the bunny on top, the rainbow with clouds, a sun, and the sentiment says, "You are my rainbow." I'm also going to be using the Modern Typeset frame die, which is this one right here. It also comes with an alpha die set inside, which is so great. And I'm also going to use the Modern Typeset frame die placement guide. And this time I thought I would try it a little different way. So you're going to see how I'm going to use that today. I went ahead and cut out that frame die from the Modern Typeset frame die set. And the wonderful thing about this is it creates a lot of little squares on the inside of that frame. So you have an opportunity to put a really bright, beautiful paper behind it and create a really fun look. So I'm just going to lay out what I want to do on this card here. I'm going to stamp the bear and bunny and also that sun right here on the inside piece that the frame die cut out. So we're going to use all the pieces of this cardstock. Nothing will go to waste. And that's going to look real cute inside right there. And then I'm using the Modern Typeset frame die placement guide. And this is generally used to put the alpha dies in place so they're spaced perfectly on your project. Today I'm going to be stenciling with it though. And you'll see that the smile that I chose right here, it does not have the little dot inside the E, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that. So usually this can be used for placing the cutout alphabets that you see there on the left, but today I just wanted to stencil with it. So try it both ways. You'll notice though that I'm using a white gel pen to add back in that little dot inside the E, and that's how I made it work. So some of the words will work better than others for this technique. Mostly you'll want to use it for placing those alphabets perfectly on your project, but again, it's fun to have multiple uses as well. Now I'm just going to color up the sun, the bunny, and the bear with some Copic markers. I'm using some shades of brown that are my favorites, but you'll notice that I'm not coloring right to the outside of each of his feet. I'm leaving just a little bit of space. What this is going to do is give him some more 3D looks, a little more dimension, and it's really going to work out great. So I left the coloring of the bear in, or most of it anyway, using those E57 shades. And this way I'm going to be able to show you that I color in the outside where I left a little bit of a line with the lightest color. So see how that adds a little more 3D look to the bear? Now I'm just adding a few polka dots, and these are bigger dots, so it's going to make him look furry and fuzzy. It's a really fun, great look, and that will kind of blend out just a little bit. You'll see in the end result that it really does add some furry texture. When I placed this all back together, it did seem like it was not colorful enough. So what I decided to do was ink blend over that frame. That's going to give us some more beautiful color. I'm going to use a blue raspberry shade of ink here to just ink all around this frame. I'm lightly adding the color and just kind of building it up slowly. And look how fun this is as a stencil too. Look at the result you get behind. You can see it on my paper. I think this would be a really fun stencil. Now that I've got that colored up, I can go ahead and start to attach everything. And I want to make the inside section, the inside panel, kind of pop. So what I have here is some fun foam, and I'm going to cut it down to fit perfectly behind that panel. I'm using some score tape. Just use some strong double-sided adhesive here. And I find that the score tape works better than liquid adhesive because the fun foam likes to wrinkle a little bit. So by using the tape, then you don't get any wrinkles on your front panel, but you can use liquid adhesive to then attach that to the card base itself. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use liquid adhesive on the rest of this, first attaching that frame around the edge on some really pretty yellow paper. So that's going to bring out the sun And then the blue frame is going to bring out that smile sentiment. So I love how this is very complementary. And there we go, just adding some liquid adhesive, popping that right up in the middle. Makes it a little more dimensional and interesting. And then I'll just add this whole thing to a top folding card base. But I decided that yellow around the edge was a little too much. So I'm going to trim down the yellow on the outside, just leaving a small, tiny little bit of yellow. And that way you'll have a yellow frame and then a white frame as well. So I'm just using my trimmer here to trim all around the edge there. And then I'll add that to the card base. So see that? It's just a small yellow frame and a small white frame. So there we go. Just adding that liquid adhesive and adding that to the card base. Look how cute this bear and bunny is, but I thought it was missing something. I needed one more thing. So what I did was I brought in a cool gray Copic marker, and I'm going to add a little shadow underneath that bear so it looks like he's got some ground he's walking on right there. Just a little bit, not very much at all. And I think this is C1 if I remember correctly. So there's our smile bear and bunny with the sun. Don't forget that rainbow you can also use, and the cute sentiment that comes in the stamp set. This is another one of Miss Ink Stamps smaller 4x4 bear and bunny collectible sets. I think they're totally collectible and I want them all. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.